welcome back to my channel. It is December. I cannot believe it's December. I don't know what happened to November. Like, where did it go? Well, anyways, today's video is going to be a combination of October and November favorites because I did not get a favorites video up for the month of October, and I was so bummed out, but I tried to film it and it just did not work out. So I was like, okay, let's do this in November or beginning of December, and let's just combine them because I've been trying out quite a few new products, as you guys may have noticed, and I did 2 one brand tutorials as well, and I will have all of that linked down in the description bar below if you want to check those videos out. So I have quite a bit that I want to mention, and I also thought that I would do a hit and misses this time around because I had some people asking about how certain things wore and how I felt about certain products, so I want to address those products in this video. So if you guys want to keep on watching, you already clicked on the video, so you might as well, then please stay tuned. So the first favorite that I wanted to mention is this Too Faced Shadow Insurance Anti-Crease Eyeshadow Primer. And I'm actually really late to the game on this primer because I have not seen it in the stores recently. I don't know, I'm just not really into Too Faced products like that. I haven't tried a lot of them. I have the foundation and then I have this. But I really like this. It is a little bit more runny, so it was different for me because I'm used to the Urban Decay or the Paint Pot by MAC, and it's very thick in consistency, so that's usually what I think about because I have really oily eyelids. So when something's kind of runny, it kind of just makes me curious as to how it's going to work. But this works really well, and I would say give it like a good shake before you apply it, just in case it could be kind of runny when you squeeze it out of the tube. But this is a really great product, and it really works well when it comes to giving your eyeshadows a longer last throughout the day. The next product that I wanted to mention as a favorite is this foundation, and this is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow Foundation. Now, this is something that I was kind of shocked to be reaching for at this time of year, but it actually works better for me in the winter time because it just makes my skin look so much more glowy, and it stays on a lot longer, and you don't have to worry about your oils or sweat mixing in with the glow of this foundation. So I think that by wearing it in this time, like where it's really cold outside, I'm not sweating as much and I'm not getting as oily as quickly as I was in the summertime when I wore this. So I really like it better at this time of year, and I've been reaching for it. I think I'm going to do a winter makeup routine using this because literally I've been using it every day. So the only thing different about this and the Pro Matte is that the color works really good. For one, it doesn't have to like settle in and oxidize. I am wearing it today, and I can just put it on and go out the door. I don't have to worry about it kind of not matching for a little bit. You do have to give it a shake because it is a little bit more runny than the matte formula, but this works just as great. It's great coverage. It lasts throughout the day for me, and I haven't been getting as oily as I was. So I really love using this. It's for normal to dry skin, but I am an oily skin girl and I still use it, and it works great. My next favorite for the month of October and November is this Smashbox Studio Skin 24-Hour Waterproof Concealer. Now, I had to try this because I had been seeing Casey Holmes talk about this for a long time, and I actually have the Studio Skin Foundation, and it is amazing. But then I saw this, and it claims 24-hour and it's waterproof. Now, I'm not going to be going swimming anytime soon or sweating profusely in the wintertime, but this is amazing because I know that it lasts a lot longer. So it's kind of like a more thicker consistency concealer like MAC, but it's very thin and it lasts a long time. So the only thing I wish I would have gotten is a little bit lighter shade because this is the shade Deep, and so it's pretty much very close to my skin tone, so it's not a very brightening concealer, which I'm perfectly okay with for days where I don't want to do full glam or I'm going to work. This works really great because it's a nice full coverage concealer. I like how the packaging feels very nice and sturdy. It's a glass packaging, and it kind of feels like a nice aluminum metal top to it as well. So I really do like this concealer, and I love it with the foundation as well. So try this out if you are looking for a full coverage concealer. The next favorite that I wanted to mention is a new favorite of mine, and this is the Maybelline Fit Me Shine Free and Balanced Stick Foundation. And I actually just recently used this in both of the past videos that I use Maybelline in. I used it in my one brand tutorial, and I also used it in a testing new makeup video. And I actually really like it because it works great as a foundation and it works great as a concealer. So in the one brand tutorial, I actually use this as a concealer. And the only thing I would say is that you want to make sure you set it kind of fast, because since it is a thicker consistency, it's a cream, and you're not putting something that's kind of thin up underneath your eye. You're not putting something a little bit thinner up underneath your eyes. This is going to set kind of quickly into those fine lines. So you want to make sure you bake or use your setting powder pretty quickly with this, because it will set into those fine lines and crease. But this as a foundation is really great as well. This is for someone with combination skin, so it's not going to be a matte finish. So this is why I prefer using it more as a concealer than as a foundation, because of course I like more mattifying finishes. And then this is a more of a medium coverage. So if you're into that, then this will work really well for you as a foundation, but I think it's going to work really great for me as a concealer. I would love to battle this against the Black Opal foundation stick and a couple of higher end foundation sticks, just to see how it holds up and what the consistency is across the board. But this is very affordable. It's amazing. It is a foundation and concealer in one. It has the lighter circle in the middle there, and you get quite a bit in the tube. So I'm actually really liking this. This is in the shade 355 Coconut. I do wish that they had one more darker shade. I wish they brought the 360 Mocha shade, because I would be able to use that in some of the darker areas on my face and then use this in the lighter areas. But I really do love this stick foundation. This was my first time trying Maybelline's stick foundation, and I definitely recommend you guys go out and try it. The next favorite that I wanted to mention is something that I've probably already mentioned on my channel here a couple times before, but I'm going to mention it again. This is the NYX Control Freak Eyebrow Gel. And when I tell you guys this brow gel is everything to me, it is everything to me. Now, I can say that because I have not tried some of the higher end brow gels like Anastasia or any other ones. I have not tried any of those, but this is amazing for the price and just what it does. It keeps my brow hairs up throughout the day, and I don't have to worry about them getting all limp. But anyways, I love this brow gel. I think that it works great for the price, and I won't know how well it works against other brow gels until I try them. So until then, this is the best one for me, and it's very affordable, so I definitely suggest you guys go out and try it. I want to tell you guys about the lip combo that is on my lips today, because I'm really feeling it and loving it. This is the e.l.f. I don't know the actual name of these pens that they have, but this is the e.l.f. Scarlet Night lip color, and I love it. It's like a nice kind of burgundy color, and it's very creamy. It reminds me of the NYX Ombre lip duos. They are very creamy as well, and this is what it reminds me of. I love this color. It's a very nice deep plum color. So I put this kind of on the outer portions of my lips, because the inner portions of my lips was dry, so I needed something with a little bit more wetness to it. So I use the Revlon Matte Ultra HD Matte Lip Color, and this is in the color HD Infatuation. So this is that perfect fall vampy color. It's very deep purple color. And what I like about these is that they smell amazing. They smell like a fruit or something, like a candy. It smells so good, and so when you're wearing it throughout the day, you just smell this all day long. And so I love this color. I love these two paired together, because this is very dark. As you can see, this is a lot darker than the e.l.f. color, so pairing them together kind of gives me the nice in-between vampy look that I like, instead of getting something a little bit too dark. So love these two together, and I definitely recommend you guys go out and try the e.l.f. lip pens, because they're definitely really great quality for being as cheap as they are. The next favorite that I wanted to mention is this NYX Cream Highlight and Contour Palette. Now, this was something that I kind of just went out on a limb and purchased, because I'm not someone into contour, and definitely not into cream contours. I prefer to bronze with a powder, but I decided to get this one because I really was intrigued by this dark brown cream color that they have, because I just don't see this a lot in powders, and I don't see it a lot in creams either. So I decided to just get it and try it out, and I'm in love. I love using this to contour my nose and to contour just to contour around my cheekbone area and on my forehead. I love, love, love this color. I tried this in a past video to kind of shape my eyebrows and give them a little bit more defined look, and it just was not as creamy as I would have wanted it to. This is very thick in consistency, so it's not something you could use to kind of shape your eyebrows with, but this probably will work really well as a spot concealer. I have not tried that out yet, but I think it will work really well as a spot concealer. And then I have not tried the color corrector yet either, but this palette is bomb for this contour shade. This is mainly what I use it for, so I love this palette. So the last favorite that I have to mention before we get on to misses, this is the Anastasia Ebony Brow Powder Duo. And this is something that I was saying in a past video that I just recently picked up. And I have been loving this because I am not one to use brow powders. I have not been a fan of them since I used the little Milani Quad, which was way back when. And I was just using that because I really wasn't into brows at that time. I didn't know how to do them. And I was using that for the time being. But I got back into using brow powders and I am loving every second of it. This is an amazing color for me. It has two colors in it, more of like an ashy kind of brown and then a darker brown, and it works really well because you can kind of outline with the darker brown and then fill in with the lighter brown if you want a more natural looking brow. I really do love this Brow Powder Duo by Anastasia. It's very nice and convenient and small, so you can easily travel with this and throw it in your bag and not have to worry about fiddling with pencils or sharpening them or anything like that. Just bring a brush and this and you're good to go. So moving on to misses, unfortunately. So I have quite a few misses that I want to mention. I have not really talked about misses here on my channel before, but I just want to say that I'm not shaming any brands because I love pretty much all the brands or something from every brand that I'm going to mention. It's just that this particular product didn't necessarily work for me, but it doesn't mean that it may not work for you. And the first one that I'm going to mention is kind of sucky because I really wanted this to work and I really tried in the video to make it work, but it just was not working. And this is the Black Radiance True Complexion Match Me Foundation. And I really had high hopes for this because I don't like buying foundations and then regretting a purchase or not using it. But this is probably something I'm not going to pick up. It was so splotchy in the video that I could not blend it out for nothing. And it was just not working for my skin tone. Now the color worked really well. I was really shocked because I love this concept. I love just that you can get a shade range. This is in medium to dark and be able to have it match and soak into your skin. I think that was an amazing concept. It's just that the consistency did not work really well. It was very splotchy. It didn't blend out really well and I just didn't really like it. So again, this may work for you, but it just did not work for me. So the next miss that I wanted to mention is this Maybelline Fit Me blush, and this is in the shade 302 Deep Rose. So it's kind of like a light pinky color, something that I thought would show up really well on my skin tone. I thought would look really well. However, it does not show up really well. It doesn't swatch very well. As you can see, you can barely see that. It just does not, it's very ashy. If I do like this, it's completely gone. And I just could not get it to work well with my skin. And I don't know if that's just this blush or if it's all the blushes, but this was definitely a miss for me. I don't know if I'm going to try out any other shades by this line, but I don't like this one. The next miss that I have is the e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer, and I used this in my one brand tutorial for the first time, and I did use it after that, and I just noticed that it pretty much made my foundation just slip right off. Like, it was not great at keeping my foundation on. It's very ointment smelly and it has a very greasy feel, and it just did not work well. I really wanted it to work because I love, love, love this packaging. I love being able to pump out your primer, and it just makes it so much more convenient and less messy. I love it, but it just did not work for me. The next mist that I have is this Black Radiance True Complexion Under Eye Corrector and Concealer. Now, I have not tried the corrector, so I cannot speak on it, and I do want to try it out. But the concealer is a definite miss for me. It was very, very liquidy, very runny. It looks like it has a thick consistency like in the bottle, but then when you apply it underneath your eyes, it was very, very lightweight and very runny. So I was not happy with this concealer at all. It really didn't add any coverage for me, and I just don't think I'm going to be using this in the future. I don't really like it, so this was a miss for me. Okay guys, so that wraps up this 2-month favorites, hits, and misses video. If you guys enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up so I know you did. And I don't know if I should include like misses after I've tried some new makeup all the time, or if I should just kind of just mention it here or there to you guys. I don't know. I had quite a bit, so that's why I mentioned it this time. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.
Let it go, make my body go. Take our bodies higher and higher.